Okay, so we're starting a new chapter. So if it seems like we're shifting gears and it doesn't relate to anything we've done, it's because it doesn't. It's a totally new chapter. So this lesson has two distinctly different parts in it, which make it a little bit weird. Um, but that's what it has. So decimal expansion. So this is when you're writing a fraction as a decimal. Okay? So you're changing it from one to the other. And there's two types of decimal expansion. The first one is terminating decimal. That's a decimal that stops. So like 1/4, if you divided it, turns into 0.25. It stops. It doesn't go on and on and on and on and on forever. Then we have a repeating decimal. That's a decimal that repeats and never ends. So this would be something like 1/3. So if you do 1/3, it turns into 0.3333, and a lot of times you'll see it as 0.3 with a line on top, which means that it will never end. Where with 1/4, it just turns into 0.25 and it stops right there. So this one would be terminating, and this one would be repeating. Okay? So that's the difference there. Okay, here is a few. If you want to try them on your own and then come back and see if you got them right, that's fine. Or you can just follow along with me. So you're going to write in decimal expansion, and then you're going to tell if it's terminating or repeating. And on homework and stuff, you can just say T or R. That's fine. You don't have to write out the whole word. Okay, so we do 2 divided by 5. And on your calculator, when you do that, remember this is a division symbol. So this is 2 divided by 5. And that equals 0.4. It stops there. So this is a terminating decimal because it does stop. 1/3, we did this one above already, so you should know already we're going to get 0.3 and it keeps going. So that is a repeating decimal. 1/7 is tricky depending on your calculator. You may or may not see the pattern on this, but this one is repeating, but it repeats 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, and then it will go 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, and it keeps repeating that. Sometimes the calculators will round a number so it doesn't look like it's repeating, but that one is a repeating decimal. That's all for this, terminating or repeating. And then we're going to do one more thing in this lesson, and that's converting temperature. So that is what you'll see on the next 2 pages. Okay, so you should know already that temperature can be measured in 2 different ways. It can be measured in Celsius or in Fahrenheit, and we're going to talk about how to convert these two to the other. So if you have Fahrenheit, how you could find Celsius, or if you're given Celsius, how you could find Fahrenheit. So there's 2 formulas, this formula here and this formula here. So this first one is to find Fahrenheit, and this one is to find Celsius. People get these confused. So look at what they're asking you to find. Are they asking you to figure out what the Celsius degrees are or the Fahrenheit? Because you'll have the other one. Okay, so this first one we're calculating Fahrenheit. So we're trying to find the Fahrenheit. So use the F equals formula. In these you'll be given the Celsius degrees, and all you have to do is plug this into here. Everything else stays the same. So we'll do F equals 9/5 times 90 plus 32. Again, you're going to need a decent graphing calculator to be able to do that, to be able to do the fraction. So if you don't have one of those, make sure you are downloading one of those. When you type that all in, you should get F equals 194 degrees. This means, what is 194 degrees Fahrenheit? It's 90 degrees in Celsius. Okay, the next one, the Celsius, is 32. So again, you just plug this 32 into there. So you'll have F equals, always, the 9/5 part. Instead of 90 this time, our Celsius is 32. So you plug that in, and it's always plus 32. And when you push that into the calculator, you should get F equals 89.5 89.6 degrees. So when it's 89 for us, it would be 32 if you were somewhere else that used Celsius. Okay, now we have two more problems. This time we're calculating what Celsius is. So you can see we use the C equal. We have the Fahrenheit temperature. These are two different problems here. So on these two, each one, we're going to plug that number in where it says F, because F, that's what F equals. So the first one, we're going to find Celsius now. It's, instead of 9/5, it's 5/9 times 103 minus 32. Remember to get that stuff into parentheses, or it's not going to work on your calculator. When you type that in, you should get C equals 39.4 degrees. So when it's 103 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 39.4 degrees Celsius. Now we have our F equals again. We're going to push that in where it says F. So C equals 5/9 times the F is 50 minus 32. You're just plugging in numbers and typing them into your calculator. And that will make the Celsius equal 10 degrees. And you can go on to your homework today.